Broke Man's Podcast.
Right. Good afternoon and welcome to the Broke Man's Podcast. With me today I have Greek Fit, aka Maxwell. Good afternoon, Maxwell.
Afternoon. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely, brother. Let's start off with a little bit of gratitude as we appreciate where we are in life. Today I am grateful for an espresso shot. I'm grateful for the warm weather that came out today. And I'm also grateful for resilience. What about you?
Wow. Yeah, I'm also grateful for caffeine. Kind of goes hand in hand with that espresso shot. I'm grateful for leg day, the ability to walk. We take that for granted all the time, and it was a tough one today, no doubt. But we got after it. So, and then I'm also grateful for family as well.
My last leg day was like that. Like after I was done, I was at work and I was like, and it's just, you know, it's good, but at the same time, like, bro, why?
Yeah.
Why? Like my legs feel hollow.
Yeah.
So on certain leg days, my legs feel very strong. And I'm like, dang, I got it. And I know when I kicked it into another gear, when I walk in, I feel hollow.
Yeah.
Like I was like, bro, do I even have legs? Like I can barely hold myself up right now.
Yeah, I was walking down the stairs today, and the knees were involuntarily buckling.
Yeah.
You know it's good when your leg kind of spasms like that. So yeah, it was a good one. But I've been training legs differently lately. I've been trying to do more explosive leg day. I'm trying to just get as athletic as I can again for really no reason, to be honest with you. Just something that I've wanted to do. So doing a lot of plyometrics, and then today I squatted 315 for 3 sets of 4. I know for some of you out there that's probably not a whole lot, but for someone that hasn't touched that weight in a few years,
that's good weight.
Yeah, I was pretty happy about
anything
that.
above your body weight, or anything above your body weight, if you squatting, anything you putting something on your back and squatting, it's something. It's a feat. Yeah, absolutely, man. Let's kick it into gear with our topic of today, and our topic of today is relationships with family. And I'm curious, man, what about your relationship with your parents shaped you into the man that you are today?
Yeah, to kind of answer that question, I feel I have to kind of talk about my mom and my dad separately.
Go for it. I am listening.
So I think my mom instilled a lot of great values into me. She was a very caring and loving woman.
Yeah.
Still is. You know, she did a lot for me growing up. You know, I think she instilled a lot of servant leadership into my life and has made me into a servant leader, I would say.
Explain more. I like that.
Yeah, so leading by example to me is so key, right?
Yeah.
Because anyone can talk and say I'm a leader. Talk is cheap, right? But to
Very
go
cheap.
out and actually do that action and serve others, you know, not our football coach used to say, ask not. Actually, I can't even remember it now how it went.
All right.
But yeah, servant leadership was something that he always, you know, instilled in us, and my mom did that very well. You know, whether it was, you know, providing for us by cooking food or doing dishes, or, you know, cleaning up around the house, doing laundry, any of those things. You know, that really shaped me into a servant leader, I think, and really just wanting to help others, right?
Yeah.
My dad was definitely, you know, my role model growing up.
Yeah.
So I tried to emulate him as much as I could. You know, he's very hardworking, very, very good at communicating. You know, he can meet somebody new for the first time and talk to them super easily. So I think that, you know, our relationship, he really helped me, you know, with communication, and then back to that, you know, leadership and just being, you know, a man and being hardworking. So, yeah, I'm really thankful for both of them, definitely.
I'm curious. You said the heart of your mother. What age did you recognize that at, or what age did she start that at? To hear somebody speak like that is pretty amazing, man. I kid you not.
Yeah, I want to say, like, she's been doing it my entire life, right? She's been a fantastic mother. my entire life, really.
Yeah.
I think I really started to appreciate it probably, I would say, in high school. I
Yeah.
mean, that may sound bad, but I think when you're young like that, you don't really, you take for granted certain things and you don't really appreciate those kind of things, right? And then in high school, that's when I really started to realize that she was, just trying to do her best for me and to raise me into the man that I am today, which is super important as a parent, with your child, especially. But no, she's been great and still is to this day. She still helps me out with anything whenever I call her, whenever I need her. So it's amazing.
That's strong.
Yeah.
And that carries as you see. What's the difference? What's the difference with your relationship with your mother not between then versus now?
I don't know if there's like a huge difference. I
Yeah.
mean, obviously, she wants me to be, independent now that I'm, 18 or older, right?
Yeah.
Being a 24-year-old, right? So I think she's just trying to instill some of the values that she had when raising us into me, so that when I have children, that I'm able to kind of carry that down and make sure that I'm raising children the right way, the proper way.
I like that. What were some important things about your father that stays with you?
Yeah, my dad was, like I said, he was always my role model.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you look like your dad?
it's like 50-50. I swear to God, people will be like, you look so much like your mom. And then the next minute, someone's telling me I look so much like my dad. So I think I'm like a pretty good mixture of both.
Yeah.
And then my sister is kind of just the oddball out of the group. She doesn't really look like either one,
Yeah.
or even like me, really.
And your relationship with your sister has grown tremendously, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. If we
You
don't,
talk great about her. It's nice.
yeah, if you don't mind, I want to go into detail.
Nah, go
on
into
that.
detail,
Okay,
bro.
yeah. So growing up, me and my sister, we were always like that. That sister brother
Hey, wait.
combo.
I'm sorry to interrupt. What's the age gap between you two?
She is 26.
Oh,
So
that's
or 27,
why.
3
Oh
years.
man, that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Y'all
Yeah.
gonna have at it.
Yeah, so growing up, it was a constant battle over the TV remote. Things like that. Just like the
Yeah.
typical, you hated each other growing up for whatever reason,
Yeah.
right? It could be something so simple. I remember one time we got in this huge fight. And those big medicine balls?
Yeah.
Yoga balls?
Yeah.
Like the big, yeah. I was just irritated, and I threw it at her at home, and it ricocheted off her and hit my parents' anniversary wedding gift and shattered it. Yeah. Yeah, it was bad.
Oh man.
Yeah. So growing up, we hated each other, and then even in high school, man, we had our issues. Like, we were starting to realize, like, we got to be there for each other, but we were still like not wanting to accept that, really. Like, for example, she always had to give me rides to high school, and I was always a little bit late my freshman year. And I also had ankle surgery, so I had one of those knee scooters. Which, by the way,
Yeah.
back in my freshman year, I swear to God, I was one of the first people in this area to have one of those knee scooters, because people were like, that is the coolest thing ever. No one had ever seen one before. So I was literally riding around in the halls, dude, just cruising through
Decked
the
out.
hallways. So it was just a hassle for her having to put the big knee scooter in the back
Yeah.
of her car and then take it out for me and help me out with that. So I think, I want to say, when she left for school,
Yeah.
that's when the whole dynamic of our relationship changed.
How so?
I think we realized how much we liked having each other around, whether
Yeah.
we wanted to admit it or not. And I think a lot of that too was maturity, right?
Absolutely.
I think just as you get older, you get more mature and you start to realize things that you didn't, or you can admit things. And that's something too, like, that my dad really instilled in me, was admitting when I'm wrong and being a man and then owning up to
Accountability.
it. Yeah, exactly.
Accountability.
Yep.
I love
So,
that.
yeah, so I can sit here and say that, I was definitely immature at that age and didn't realize, how important my sister was to me. So yeah, we right
You
after
can let her know if you want.
Why is that?
You can let her know if you want. I'm sure she'll probably watch this.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you, Alex. You're the best sister ever. So love you. Um, but yeah, so we right after she left for school for college, I think that's when we really started to realize how
Ah.
much we, uh, loved each other and how much we meant to each other. And then our relationship has just grown ever since.
Maturity.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been great. It really has. I can call her whenever I need to. She can call me whenever. We can talk about whatever, those tough conversations to
that.
have.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really good.
Is it you find that? Do you find that to be necessary? Do you find that to be needed?
Yeah, 100% in life in general. Like I think you just need somebody to be able to talk to about those things. Otherwise, you kind of just bottle that energy up and then
Yeah.
eventually you erupt, right? So if you're never letting it out every now and then and having those conversations, I think you just, I don't want to say you start to lose it, but
Yeah.
you just, it kills you inside.
I apologize. I didn't have this question for you, but how important is it for siblings to stay close?
Super important.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's important, in my opinion, at least. I know everyone says that blood doesn't necessarily uh, mean that you have to love that person, but siblings are so important, and it's sad to hear and see some of these siblings that maybe don't have the greatest relationship or don't have great support from each other. I know, like, when I was in high school, something that I maybe regret a little bit was I never really went to any of her sporting events, unless my parents, made me or whatnot. But I never went, and I wish I would have went to more games. As she got older and went to school and came back when I was, playing sports, she would come and watch me, and I really appreciate her for that. But yeah, dude, sibling relationships are key.
They
They're
could
so
relate
key.
to you literally from every part of your life.
Yep, literally everything. I mean, they've been there through it all, essentially.
You guys are literally growing up together.
Yeah.
Growth.
Yeah.
Wow. That's pretty amazing. I admire that. Your relationship with your mother taught you how to serve.
Yeah.
Your relationship with your father taught you how to lead. And then you carry both in to now,
Yeah.
to today.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
I love that, man. I love that. What are some of the adventures or activity you guys do together? Sorry.
Yeah.
Lost my words.
Well, I actually live really close to my parents, which
Okay.
is super nice. I've always kind of growing up, I always wanted to move somewhere far away.
Yeah.
And now that I'm getting older and maturing, I'm realizing that I don't know if I really want to, for the sole fact that I like being around my family, and my family's important to me.
I like that.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah, so I guess to your point, like we try to spend time with each other, whether it's going to their house on Sunday, maybe for dinner, with my girlfriend too. We'll go over there on Sundays and eat dinner with them. Me and my mom actually lift. We try to lift every Tuesday.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's super cool. Yeah.
I admire that.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I admire that.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. I mean, she gets mad at me every now and then when we're there because I'm like, how many was that? She's like 12. I'm like, looked like you could have probably done 20. So I push her in that respect. But no, we go lift. We try to play pickleball together. But yeah, so lately, just in life, like we've had a lot of stuff going down with grandparents and whatnot, and
Yeah.
and health, and that's another reason why I really like being close. Is I'm able to be there for my mom, my dad, or my sister whenever they need it. So that's really important.
Having that support system is needed, you would say?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I said, if you're just bottling everything up, eventually you're going to erupt, or it's going to just kill you from the inside. And it's important to be able to have that support system, because when things get bad, right,
Yeah.
we start to think negatively about ourselves, or what we're doing. So especially with like the clothing business and whatnot, right, it's so important to have those people in my life that
Yeah.
I can go talk to about whatever, and they're able to listen and then also give me ideas and give me critical feedback on
Yeah.
what I've been telling them. So it's super important. And again, that doesn't even have to be just your family. For me, it just happens to be my family. They're my support system. But like for I'm sure a lot of guys, it's maybe their friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I have friends like that too. So I don't want to say it's only my family that I can talk
No,
to.
it's all right. We're
But
talking about family. It's all good.
yeah, but
Yeah.
no, it's important whether it's your friends, your family, your brother, your sister, your mom, your dad, whoever it is. It's important to have that,
I
definitely.
like that. When growing up, did you feel love and supported growing up?
Yes, 100%. My mom and my dad, yeah, they gave me an amazing childhood. Um, with sports, with friends, even simple things like having food on the table always,
Oh,
like
yeah.
just little things like that. I mean, that's not easy. It's not
It's not.
easy, and I mean, I'm not a parent, but I can only imagine, how difficult that could be to try to support a family and making sure that, if I wanted goldfish, that we had goldfish, or, if I wanted this or that, or I wanted seconds, there was more food for me to be able to eat. So yeah, I don't know. They were very important. They loved me a lot, and I'm forever thankful for that.
And they encourage independence for you?
Yeah, definitely. Yep, they've been ever since day one telling me, to go do what I want to do with my life and not worry about
Mm.
what others are going to think about what I'm doing. Um, they've really encouraged that, and again, I'm thankful for that as well. Right, that there's a
Yeah.
lot of parents that'll try and tell your kids what they got to do with their life, how they should live it, what
Oh,
they should do
that's,
after high school, what they should be doing with their money, what they should and shouldn't be doing with their friends. So I think there's a lot of parents that try to control their children.
oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, and my parents were able to realize that once I got to a certain age that I was able to make my own
Mm.
decisions, right? They would guide me. They would try to guide me and give me a helping hand and say, "Hey, maybe we don't agree with this decision, but at the end of the day, you
They
are
let you
your."
stay independent
Yes,
and have your own autonomy.
exactly.
That is amazing. Wow.
Yeah, yeah,
I like that.
yeah. I'm blessed.
Yeah,
I'm
I like that.
blessed.
Has your perspective, as you get older, has your perspective changed about your parents in any type of way?
Oh yeah, 100%. No, obviously I was loved growing up, but again, when you're immature and you're young, you don't really see it that way.
No.
And my parents were maybe a little bit more traditional.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, meaning that they weren't trying to be my best friend, right? They were trying to be my parents. They were trying to raise me to be a great human, a great man in today's society. Whereas I think a lot of parents nowadays are trying to be their child's best friend.
No, your parents. You are not best friends. You are
Exactly.
parents.
Yeah.
You're there to guide. You're there to coach. You are there to guide.
Mm-hmm.
You're there to coach. You're not raising babies. You're not raising kids. You are raising these young people to be great adults
Yes.
and actually go out in the world and not be a problem and to be a solution. That's
Yep.
what you want them to be. You want them to be a solution in the world. You want them to be a good thing for the world, something to offer the world.
Mm-hmm.
And
Exactly.
yeah, you're right. Trying to be their friend. I see what that leads to, man.
Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. It
Yeah.
turns into all sorts of things. So growing up, my parents, like I was saying, they were a little bit more traditional. So there was curfews.
Yeah.
While a lot of my friends didn't have those.
Are you thankful for those curfews? Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, no, I'm so thankful.
Yeah.
They were definitely tough on me. My dad, especially when it came to sports. And he'll apologize to me every now and then. And he was like, I was too hard on you. And I said, no, I am so thankful that you were the way you were because I am who I am now from that. I said, if you would have just let me do whatever I wanted, I wouldn't be half the man I am today. And so
Oh, say that again. I don't know. For real. No, I'm serious, man. Say that again because there are a lot of people out here think they're supposed to let kids do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Be on electronics as long as they want, do whatever they want. This world is just a free world, and it doesn't work that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, so please say that again, man.
Yeah, I was just saying that if he didn't do what he did, I wouldn't be half the man I am today. And yeah, so growing up, I definitely didn't like my dad a lot of days, right?
Yeah.
It's very hard on me, but I am so appreciative for that. And same thing with my mom, right? She was hard on me too when it came to school. I was one of those students in high school. I'll be honest, I slacked off. Fell asleep in class. I was late. I was actually almost truant for being late so many days to school. Um, and so, yeah, growing up, in high school, especially, my mom, she was, she was just so strict, and I just hated that. And it
Yeah.
was just like, when you're that age, you think you know everything.
No, don't we?
And yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't, obviously, and I'm super thankful for that as well, right? So everything that they've done up until this point has made me who I am today, and I wouldn't go back and really change any of it.
I love that, man.
Hmm.
I love that. Shout out to your parents for that.
Yeah.
Do you feel that now that you are where you are in life now, do you feel like you emulate your parents? Emulate, sorry, your parents?
Yeah, 100%. Um, I try to emulate, but also go above and beyond what they are too, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to carry our family name to a higher level than they did,
Mm.
right? And that's important to me. I want to make sure that my last name Dorn is remembered, and people when they say my name, they say great things, not
Yeah.
terrible bad things. So
Mm.
that's important to me. It's kind of like I watch a little bit of the Tate brothers. It's kind of like Andrew and Tristan Tate, right? Their dad left them a legacy to carry on, and they're doing everything they can to make sure that their father's legacy carries on, but also that they're carrying that Tate name to a higher level than their father did too. So that's really my goal as well.
Okay. Now this question, what's a core joy memory that you have that still carries with you about your father?
Um, there's a lot of them. There's a lot to choose from.
Give me,
Um,
give me as many as you want. Start off with a powerful one.
yeah, I
We
think
spoke about this before, I believe.
Yeah, I know I've been talking a lot about how my dad was really hard on me, but he was also very caring, and he wanted to see me succeed in anything that I did, and just something little like this. Whenever I had flag football games growing up, he would come into my room with the boom box, and he would play some pump up music that we like to listen to, and that's how he'd wake me up before games, and just little things like that he would do that were just really special. And then my mom, just something I remember, and she remembers this too, obviously. But whenever I'd go to daycare, I would be a little bit late, but it was because me and my mom, we would go and get coffee from this little coffee shop.
Mm.
Well, she'd get coffee, I'd get hot chocolate. So I was that little kid walking into preschool or daycare, with this little hot chocolate.
Yeah.
Just things like that were it's just special, and like I've said, I've said it a lot, but I'm so thankful for that because I
Loving
hear,
parents.
yeah, there's a lot of people that don't have that, and
Yeah.
I'm happy that I'm able to realize now how thankful I really am for that, because there's people that will never reach that point, and it's sad, but yeah, I'm really appreciative of them.
She taught you your mother and your father, you taught you leadership. She taught you serving. And even though you had a good life growing up, you are still out here serving and wanting to help and do more.
Correct.
And it's a great way to look at it, because a lot of people think just because you came from a terrible background, that's the only way you can help. No, it doesn't have to be that way. And you are here to prove that. Now, they taught you very well. They instilled a lot of love in you, man.
Yeah.
A lot of love in you. And it comes out every time.
Yeah.
You're a great friend. You're a great person. You're a great man.
I appreciate
And you're a great entrepreneur, too.
it. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
trying.
you're always on the go. Is there anything you want to say to the people out there about families and relationship with their parents, or even relationship with their siblings?
Yeah, I would say just enjoy the little moments, and really just embrace them, right? Like I said, so many people take so many things for granted, and it can all be gone very quickly. And so embrace those moments, cherish them, um, and really do your best to grow those relationships and continue to grow them even as you get older, right? It's still important to keep developing and growing those relationships, because they go a long way, and it's important to have that support system. So I think the big thing is, sometimes we need to swallow our pride or put our ego
Oh,
aside
yeah.
and be a little bit more vulnerable,
Yeah.
especially in front of the people that we love and that we care for. I think that's important too. So that'll help, build those relationships with your family, with your parents, with your siblings, whoever it may be that you're trying to build those relationships with.
I love that, man. Enjoy the little things, enjoy the moments. And I don't just say that from a place because it's the Broke Man's Podcast. This is starting from ground zero. And we are literally making and fighting our way up. And we're saying this while we're starting from ground zero. Enjoy the little things. We're able to do that. We still have jobs. We still have things that we go out there and do. We're still there.
Right.
And we're working our way up. But we still enjoy the moments and we're very mindful
Right.
of those moments. And we pay very close attention and we actively listen and we're there. We sit there and we're there and it's nice. And it makes a difference in relationships. Don't take things for granted. Do not take things for granted. Don't take your parents for granted. I look at a lot of people today and I see the relationship they have with their parents, and I don't envy it at all. I didn't have my parents like that growing up, but I admire it. I'm like, man, this is what it looks like. This is nice. When I hear people like you talking, I'm like, this is nice. This is how it's supposed to be. I love it. They did a wonderful job, man.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
So enjoy the moments, folks. Enjoy the moments. Get over yourself. Enjoy the moments. Put your pride to the side. Put your ego to the side and build those relationships. If they're there, build those relationships.
Yeah. I wanna,
And I'm preaching to myself, too, at the same time.
yeah. Well, I was going to say, I want to give you credit for
Yeah.
having that mindset toward it, right? Because there's a lot of people in your position, maybe not having, what I had growing up that would be envious or jealous of
Yeah.
that. And then when you go to raise a family someday, you do the same thing, right?
Yeah,
And,
absolutely,
I
man.
admire you for that because that's important, right? You're able to see what your parents did or didn't do, and you're able to realize that that was not how you would have wanted it to go if you could do it again, and that when you're able to finally have your own family, that you're gonna make things right when you have a family.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah,
I
that's
appreciate
deep.
that, dude. I appreciate that a lot. I look at it with beauty. When I see people, when I see men like you, people like you, and I see their relationship with their parents, I'm like, there it is. It actually makes me smile, and it fills me with a lot of warmth and a lot of love and a lot of joy to see things like that. Like, okay, this is what, as society, we need to start aiming for, building these great relationships with each other. So, yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah. Oh, it's so. I mean, you see it in movies, right? It's
Yeah.
so easy to be the villain. Something happens and you become envious and jealous, and then you become the villain instead of being the hero. And you're being the hero, which is awesome. You're choosing that higher road. That's amazing. So give you
I like
props.
that, man. All right, brother. All right, Greek Fit, Maxwell, brother, thank you for coming by, man.
Yeah,
I
appreciate it.
appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
Till next time, my guy.
Yes, sir. Thanks.